All right, we all know number one picks like Victor Wembanyama, who is, by the way, tearing up the NBA this year, putting up stats that we have never seen before, and it feels like he's breaking a record every single night. LeBron James, obviously, number one overall pick, amazing. We've seen these guys, and these guys are amazing. But not every number one pick overall has been amazing in NBA history, and there's been quite a few of them. So I decided to go and take an NBA quiz where I try to name every single number one draft pick in all time. And I haven't looked at the quiz yet, other than I know the rules. And the rules are pretty simple. You get to know the year, the team, and the college. How many can I get? I don't think I can get all of them because once we get into the 70s and 60s, it's going to be really tough. But let's check out how far we can get on this number one overall pick NBA quiz. All right, so here is how the quiz works. You get 10 minutes. These are every single team that's drafted number one overall, and you got the looks like either the country, like these, some of them are going to be easy, like Victor Wembanyama. Hopefully, if you spell it wrong, they still give you some sort of credit. And then after that, you just type it in, see if it's right. You got 10 minutes to name every single number one overall draft pick in NBA history. I don't necessarily think this is going to be easy, so let's get it started. As you guys see here, I do got a sling on my arm. I had rotator cuff surgery, so it's going to be a little hard to type, but we'll figure this out. Let's get started. 10 minutes NBA quiz. All right, so we're going to start off by entering a player. So I think you just got to click here, enter player. So we're going to start with 2023, Victor. Let's move my mouse a little closer so I can do it. Victor Wembanyama, the French alien, who, by the way, I don't know why team defense is a stat when you're looking at defensive player of the year. He should be the defensive player of the year. And of course, it's not letting me write his name out here for some reason. Let's see why. All right, it will not let me. Victor Wembanyama. I might be because we're spelling it wrong, but let's see. Let's type in LeBron James. All right, so that's what it is. Let's go back here and let's type in Victor Wembanyama's name, which I don't think, this is not a fair feature by the quiz. Wembanyama. All right, so we can just copy and paste here. He is a French basketball player. And I did hear, I wonder if it was the 1993 draft or something like that, would he have actually been taken first overall, or would people have been annoyed that he's not from the United States? It is a good theory. All right, Orlando, Paolo Banchero the next year. This one is pretty easy. Detroit, Cade Cunningham the year before that. The first ones are getting pretty easy. Georgia, Minnesota, 2020. You know what? Let's just make this easy so you guys know where we are always. Just put a highlight on the player. That was all left-handed, by the way. One arm. Anthony Edwards is going to be the player there. New Orleans, Duke. Once we get to a place it's not obvious, I'll start highlighting so I don't have to keep moving it for you guys. Zion Williamson. Phoenix, Arizona, DeAndre Ayton. We're starting to pick up steam here, fellas. Washington, Markelle Fultz the year before that. LSU, Ben Simmons the year before that. See, there's a lot of guys on here not that good. I mean, if you look at that, you're going to get that DeAndre Ayton, Markelle Fultz, Ben Simmons, like back-to-back years, were not the greatest years ever. Karl Anthony Towns was before that. And then from Kansas, 2014, Cleveland. And now this one is a little bit tricky because he never played for Cleveland, but it's Andrew Wiggins, who was drafted by the Cleveland Cavaliers. And the year before that, Anthony Bennett, also Cleveland Cavaliers. Am I spelling his name wrong? There we go. So if you look at it there, it's kind of funny because you got a couple years of Markelle Fultz, DeAndre Ayton, Anthony Bennett, like 3 out of 5 years, not the best first overall picks. Now we're going to go to 2012, New Orleans from Kentucky. And freaking A, guys, 2012, New Orleans, Kentucky. I don't think it was actually New Orleans, though. This one's a little bit difficult for some reason. I don't know if I'm gonna skip this one right now. Am I just having one of those days where you're just fucking freaking the hell out? Who went 2012, the year before Anthony Bennett? Fuck. We're gonna remember this. I'm just gonna give me a second here. I gotta keep thinking. Kentucky #1 overall draft picks. You had Carl Anthony Town. Oh my God, I'm so dumb, guys. I don't know why I had a problem there. Of course, it's Anthony Davis. This is why sometimes when you're taking quizzes, even in school, you make mistakes. The year before that, 2011 Duke, Kyrie Irving. We're going to start getting into a little bit harder territory. John Wall, Oklahoma Clippers, Blake Griffin. Chicago, Memphis, Derrick Rose. Ohio State, Portland, Greg Oden. Italy, Andre Bargani, and I know I spelled that name wrong, so we have to go back. It's like the international names, Andres Bargani. Barbosa, Bargani. Not now. We do not want precision location on Bargani. See, this is why like I am doing these videos, because I bet you most of you guys did not know Andrea Bargani was the #1 overall pick in the 2006 draft for Toronto out of Italy. This is what we do this. Milwaukee the year before, Andrew Bogut, anybody? 2014 from Atlanta Christian, Dwight Howard, anybody? We already got LeBron James there. China, Yao Ming. All right, we got 5 minutes left and we're still far away. 2001, Kwame Brown. So we're going to have to go a little bit faster and not give you guys too much back. Kenyon Martin, Chicago, Elton Brand. Pacific, Michael Olowokandi. The Candy Man. All right, so of course we can't spell his name right. Got to come back here. Michael This is the only issue I'm finding with this quiz so far, is that they should give you like, all right, you spelled it a little bit wrong, but like let's fill the fucking name in. Michael Olowokandi. Wake Forest, San Antonio, that is Timothy Duncan, Allen Iverson. So now we're going to start getting into here, 95, and where it gets a lot harder. And this is, what was his name? Tom Smith, not Tom Smith. He's the guy who got the contract, and they like had to basically for the Warriors, and then some team gave him the wrong context. Something Smith, Joe Smith. There we go. I guess if you type his last name in, they'll just give it to you. Milwaukee the year before that, Glenn Big Dog Robinson. That's pretty easy. Michigan the year before that was Chris Webber. Never played a game for Orlando though. Shaq. Then UNLV Charlotte, Larry Johnson. Syracuse the year before that. This is where I'm going to be a little stumped here, but I know who it is. From Syracuse, 1990, New Jersey. It's Derek Coleman, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. Sacramento, Louisville, Purvis Ellison, I believe is the name here. I could be wrong. Yep, Purvis Ellison, guys. I always say, I wish I knew about rocket science as much as I know about random NBA fucking facts. All right, so Danny Manning is the year before that. David Robinson the year before that. Cleveland, North Carolina. James Worth. No. Is this Sam Perkins, anybody? Is this the Sam Perkins show? No, it's not the Sam Perkins show. So is it Worthy? It is. No, James Worthy's all the way 1982. 1986 Cleveland, Daugherty. It's Brad Daugherty, guys. Oh my God, and we just reset the quiz on accident. Fuck. That's okay. Let's just go from where we left off. That's what happens when you're working with one hand. So I'm just going to give myself 2 minutes here. Daugherty. Brad. All right, let me see. Let me type his name in. Brad Daugherty. All right. see. I think that was the pick that we had. He was the number 1 pick, 1986 Cleveland. Look at that, guys. Patrick Ewing. 1984 Houston for Houston. Come on, guys. Hakeem. Or are they going to put it under Hakeem because that was his name? Olajuwon. Bomb. No, my God. You cannot tell me. This is the problem here is the name spelling is so hard that we cannot even get some of these right. So we're gonna give ourselves a couple extra minutes here. Ralph Sampson. I probably spelled that name. Oh no, okay. North Carolina, Lakers, James Worthy. 1981 Dallas. This is where I am zero idea. Malone, maybe? No. All right, don't know what that is. 1981 Dallas, no freaking idea. 1979 Lakers, Magic Johnson. I guess the Dallas Mavericks missed out on James Worthy, Hakeem Olajuwon, Patrick Ewing, and so did the Golden State Warriors. So I have no idea who they took out of Purdue in 1980, but Portland out of Minnesota, 1978. No freaking idea. We're going to hit that give up button. 1977 Milwaukee out of Indiana. 76 Houston out of Maryland. Fuck. 75 North Carolina State. Is that Skywalker? Whatever his name was. Portland UCLA. That's Bill Walton. We know that. And then we know 1969 Kareem. And that's it. I don't think I can get 81, 80, 78. So we're going to push that give up button. And let's see what we got here. So let's just say what we missed because we got these right down here as we saw. So we missed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 guys we missed. I hope none of these come back to bite me. But out of 11 guys, all right. Elvin Hayes, I know who he is. Hall of Famer, of course. Bob Lanier, I know who he is. These guys, I could not have gotten right. Doug Collins, that one, I know who Doug Collins is. We all know who Doug Collins is. David Thompson, I was right. The Skywalker. That one is the one I wish I got right. And the Michael Thompson pick, dad of Klay Thompson, should have got. And the Mark Aguirre probably should have got. Mark Malone. You see where I got the M's there. So that's 11 out of 56 correct. So 45 out of 56 number 1 overall draft picks are correct. I wouldn't say necessarily too bad, but we'll do better on our next NBA quiz. All right, so that is the NBA first overall NBA draft pick quiz. I hope you enjoyed it. That was actually really fun to do. I'm going to try to do maybe a quiz a week here on this channel, kind of see, how my sports trivia is overall. Usually it's pretty good, and I think we did okay there. I think 45 out of 56. Let's get our handy dandy calculator, as Blue's Clues motherfuckers would know what that means, and see what our final score was. 45 divided by 56, 80%, B minus. But this is one of those tests, I think if, it was a university test, it'd be graded on a freaking curve because it's not an easy quiz. Once we hit those 1980s and 70s, it got much more difficult. But overall, fun quiz. I can't wait to do the next one. Thank you for watching. My name is George Arjour, or George on Tap, part of the Sports on Tap network. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you guys next time.